All right, let's go through this. Gold experience.
Alrighty.
A-res. A.
A. Oh, A for sure.
A.
Obviously.
And stick.
I love gold experience.
And stick.
Yeah, I'm looking at my gold experience figure right now, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Don't caress it. Don't do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm touching this thing. I'm
Just
doing
move
it.
to goddamn A tier. And Sticky Fingers, while we're at it, belongs in A tier.
Dude, pocket dimensions are like overpowered. He's a very sticky boy.
Black Sabbath, instant shadow travel,
Shadow Realm.
and it doesn't affect you. It's long range, automatic.
I'd say a B tier at least.
I'd say A. If we're playing the comparison game, it could
Here's
defeat.
the thing, right? I just think it's a little weaker than the other stands in A, especially because gold experience is there. Like, it's got the range, like the Highway Star range, but I don't think it's got the power behind that.
I'd say it could kick Highway Star's ass. I could say it could kick Hot Chili Pepper's ass. The hands at A.
Are you sure about A?
I'd say A, because this shadow travel is busted. And it grabs
Is
you.
it
It
really?
grabs your soul.
So it gives your soul the suck.
It grabs your soul.
That's true, that's true.
It killed Mario.
Well, that's the real reason it should be an A.
Can't believe Mario is so
I love that that's the moment when Koichi was like, okay, this guy's a Joe star. Not when he ran away.
Moody Blues is kind of terrible.
Alright, well, to be fair, okay.
It's good
When
utility.
I read part 5 for the first time, I didn't even know it threw punches. I thought it just couldn't attack at all.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the utility of this stand, perfect, right? He can play back anything that's happened in the past. He can even turn into a pilot and fly planes, and that's awesome. And then you know, the best part is he's so dummy thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that just makes him like better than half the stands in part 5. I mean, but I wouldn't put it above D tier.
I'd say it's E.
Yeah.
Because I'd want it. I'd be totally cool with having it, but yeah, don't put it next to Gucci Bag. Don't take Gucci Bag's name.
Alright, it won't taint your precious Gucci bag.
Oh god.
Condom maker.
Soft Machine terrifies
Honestly,
me.
a pretty weak stand.
It terrifies me.
Wait. What's terrifying?
It takes one stab and you deflate something, which isn't physically possible, which implies this stand can do whatever it wants. So let's go with the Ultimate Cars example. It stabs Ultimate Cars. I don't even think Ultimate Cars could regenerate, because technically he's not hurt.
I mean, if Ultimate Cars could withstand being shot at, like, I feel like he's too hard to be stabbed.
Yeah.
Right.
But the user can also make himself a condom and hide, which helps.
You're right. You got some stealth on your side, I'll give you that. But I wouldn't go, like, above C tier.
I'm just going to say this now. It could have defeated Bruno and Sticky Fingers, but he had to negotiate.
No,
first.
I don't know about that one.
It's a master of stealth, and it's a one-shot ability.
Right, so say, like, Bruno got stabbed in his arm, right? So he could just unzip his arm off his body, and then he's fine, and he can counter.
That's true.
So I'm staying with, like, a C tier.
C? After I made the case for S? I'd say...
There is no way that's an S tier ability.
It's a one-shot ability.
But you have to be so precise with this ability. That's the problem. Remember when he was in the warehouse with the narcotics team? Right? They found him, like, instantly. So the stealth isn't even that good.
Alright, meet in the middle. Alright, let's meet in the middle and put it A or B.
Well, if that's, like, the case, then I'm gonna put it in B.
Where do you put it? Oh, you put it in B. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Alright, so I already made a case for my yeehaw stand, and, yeah, I think,
Yeah.
you know, Sex Pistols is pretty powerful. Definitely above Emperor.
It can't surpass Emperor. So I'll let you put it wherever you want.
Well, then it's going in B tier with, like, the rest of the other gun stands. See, we got, like, 1, we got 2, and we got 3. So all 3 of them are here, right? But I think Sex Pistols is probably the best out of all of them. Like, you look at what this stand can do compared to the rest.
I'm taking this from an enemy perspective. You can see them, and you're like, okay, I'll just take out all of them, which has happened multiple times. And there's only 6 of them, so they can't deflect all the bullets. Sometimes Mista doesn't even use his stand, and lets himself get hit anyways.
That's true, but Mista has to get hit by his own bullets at least once in every fight.
But if we're talking max potential, I'd say C or B, but you're dead set on B. You're dead set on B. You love the stand. I love it too.
I mean, how could you not love the bullets going, Mista, Mista?
If we're talking prime example of something that's underused, let's talk Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk.
Something that's
Oh my god, look where we're at.
underused.
All of these stands, they're just all so good.
That's the thing with Part 5. As it's releasing, because as we're recording this, it's being released currently, I keep seeing, like, the YouTubers who are seeing it for the first time and reviewing it. Like, the thing they keep saying is, like, these stands are overpowered and they outdo themselves every episode.
Every episode, it just gets better and better.
So, but even then, I'd say Kraftwerk is A or B tier. Probably A, because think about Purple Haze Feedback. If Dolly Dagger didn't exist, he could have stopped a kid's heart with a direct attack.
To be fair, it was only a kid.
Its weakness is range, which thankfully he went up against Mista.
You know, I thought, like, one of the coolest things he did was, like, hop around on the rocks that were floating in midair.
And he stopped a bullet in midair. And it's like Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you can build up potential energy. I'd say A tier.
Hey, I am gonna be that guy. It's not potential energy, it's kinetic energy.
Sorry.
I know, it's just science. It's like the whole thing, all the stuff I deal with. I mean, it's my major.
Yeah, my major is game design. I'm not terrified for my future at all. Aerosmith is slept on.
I actually really enjoy Aerosmith. You know, it's got your typical plane weapons, guns, and bombs, but it's got the carbon dioxide reader, which is really cool because that increases its range and makes it really deadly against other people.
I'm thinking of its bullets.
Yeah.
Its bullets are strong as a normal gun. Like, let's think about when it was tiny in the Little Feet fight. First off, it killed Risotto like that. It just it decimated it.
Yeah, Little Bomber blew him away.
But then again, it's not as strong as the guys in A. I'd say with B.
Oh, I think he sits very comfortably in B.
Alright, cool. Little Feet takes way too long, so...
Way too long to set up. So, like, for example, right, a while back I did a video about, like, could La Squadra beat the boss? And I felt like the weakest member was Little Feet.
But...
You know, because it takes too long.
You could just fill your pockets with tiny little cars, like Hot Wheels, and you can just chuck them at people, and they'd be like, what are these, Hot Wheels? And you go like...
That's like something out of Ant-Man.
Yeah, like Ant-Man. So, like, D or C.
Alright, but we're forgetting the most important question. Can he climb up Ultimate Cars' butt, expand, and kill him?
Yes, he could.
Well, then for that, he's at least a C tier stand, so C.
Man in the Mirror is terrifying.
Man in the Mirror. Okay, so it's cool, right? It's got a really good ability, but you need a mirror, and that's honestly the only thing holding it back.
I'd say it could defeat ooh.
No, it cannot beat Ultimate Cars.
Well, here's the thing. Ultimate Cars...
No way it beats Ultimate Cars.
Yeah, no. A. Now I think about it.
So the craziest part about it is that you can remove someone's stand, right? But what does that have to do with Ultimate Cars, right?
Now, I'd say... Okay, next is Purple Haze. I wouldn't say Purple Haze could defeat Ultimate Cars, but I'm saying it belongs in S tier.
Oh, I think this is the easiest S tier we're gonna decide on. Like, you saw what it did to Illuso.
Distortion,
it was just
maybe.
devastating.
Distortion.
Well, since we have the Purple Haze Feedback stands in this, you know, Distortion is completely on the table, and rightfully so.
Yeah, it definitely belongs in S tier. It is dead.
S tier, easy. Fugo, he's so amazing. He did nothing wrong. Like, he does not have 152 IQ. He has 252 because he knew what would happen. Just please go read Purple Haze Feedback.
Mr. President. Oh, I love Coco Jumbo.
Oh my god, this stand. Absolute strength of Coco Jumbo when?
I think my favorite use of Mr. President, it will always be in the babyface fight. It's just... That entire fight was fourth dimensional. Like, pull the key out, remove everything, put the key back in, dive into it.
Yeah, no, that fight was literally all over the place.
But it's stupid. It's stupid.
As much as someone wants me to put it in S, it's a D.
Wherever we're gonna put burning down the house, like it's just a pocket. It's literally just one pocket.
Okay, but burning down the house was a little bit worse than that.
Yeah, but burning down the house, shut up.
Alright, but regardless, we're gonna put Coco Jumbo in D.
D?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Gucci bag, so I think D's fine.
Beach Boys. Again, terrifying.
Dude, I love Beach Boy. It's amazing.
Beach Boy, A or B?
So originally I was thinking B, and then I remembered it has damage reflection. So like Superfly, but like mobile.
Oh. Oh god, damage reflection. Oh god, damage reflection.
That is an A
It is
tier.
an A tier, isn't it?
Now, if we're gonna make the case for Grateful Dead, right? So
Where's...
you can age people really fast, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of workarounds.
Yeah, you can get ice, and if you want to do it rapidly, you have to, like, touch them, but...
So that's the thing.
Seth Hand didn't need a touch.
That's what's holding it back, is that if you want it to be really effective, you have to get in close to touch it, right?
So it's definitely, like, C.
I think compared to the other C tier stands, it's good.
Babyface is terrifying. I think what defines Babyface best for me, first off, its ability is kind of like randomizer. You just need a good mother.
You mean waifu?
You need a good waifu. You need a good mother, and its ability is kind of random, and you can teach it to do whatever you want. But I think what defines it best for me is that after Junior was defeated, Malone was already planning on getting another one. So if you were Malone, you could just mass spam these. If Giorno's ability didn't track back to the user, this could have been like a threat throughout all of Part 5. Like,
put the range aside
like
for a second.
every week
Imagine
it's like,
if he got the blood of someone who's stronger than Bruno. Imagine how powerful he would be, right?
yeah, that's...
Just imagine if they had a sample of Trish, because then they have the boss.
Well, that's why... Like, Maloney's the reason they were going after Trish specifically, because, you know, if they had Trish, they could access the boss's DNA.
Yeah.
So
I would say at least B tier.
I'd say
potentially A.
I'd say A because the user is safe during all of this.
Yeah, his range is massive.
Like, only Giorno's Gold Experience could track this down. Like, I'm looking at all these things. Like, sure, like, Man in the Mirror could just drag it to another mirror world, forget about it. But then another one would come. And another one. And another one.
Yeah, Babyface is definitely better than you expect it to be.
Babyface is terrifying. A.
Yeah, I think you made a really good case for it to be A.
And we're only talking about one specific Junior's ability. White Album.
Italian album.
Alright. I made a video.
Oh, no,
I made a video
here we
on
go.
White Album. That's one of my 2 videos right now. Because I'm working on a stupid fan dub.
Well, I already know your opinion on White Album, right? But let's go over it again, alright? It's not the first wearable stand. Horus is definitely really powerful, but, like, I have to give it to Gently Weeps. It's just such a cool ability, and, like, it just works.
Yeah, Gently Weeps is flashy.
See, Gently Weeps just makes it so much better.
It's...
So I would, like, put it at the same level as Horus.
Yeah, put it at the same level
I think
as
B
Horus.
is fine.
And its armor is thick.
Oh my god, it could, like, stop a bullet. And look at how fast it was freezing them. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm getting carried away. It's just such a good stand. You know, all things considered, he could probably even defeat Babyface.
Well, it could defeat a junior of Babyface, but later down the line of Babyface, there could be a junior with like an anti-freeze ability. Boom, he's dead.
Kick-a-duck-a-da time.
King.
Keep in mind we're combining it with Epitaph, because Epitaph is not its own stand. It's part of King Crimson.
I mean, what is the deal with King Crimson? He erases time, but what does that mean? What does it mean, he erases time?
I think it means he just works.
I think if we're gonna be comparing it to Thoth or whatever,
Thought.
If we're gonna be comparing it to Thought, it's like it where you can tell the absolute future, but thanks to King Crimson, you can skip it if you don't like it.
So back to the original question. Could it defeat Ultimate Cars?
No.
See, I completely agree.
No.
But out of all the stands on this list,
It belongs in A.
he comes the closest.
It defeat Silver Chariot. It defeat Sticky Fingers. Like, literally the whole second half of Part 5 is them going like, how the hell are we going to defeat this?
Yeah.
So, A. Definitely.
Definitely A tier.
Purple Haze could defeat it. Call up Fugo.
I mean, yeah, that's why Araki had to write him out of the story. I kid. Alright, Clash.
It is terrifying.
Indeed terrifying, but here's the thing.
If we're talking max potential, I don't remember who said it, but this thing could telefrag. Where you like...
So it could telefrag, right? And that's a pretty cool ability. And then also, like, I noticed when it's in different bodies of water, it could actually increase in size. So that's also kind of cool.
And once it bites you, that little sucker won't let go. And you're, like, gone.
Even when Narancia had it in his side and he's like, you think this is going to stop me? But besides that, it didn't do too much.
I'd say it's not higher than A tier. I won't compare it to anything in A tier, but I'd say
here's what I think though, like with the other stands that are in B tier, right? You have stands that can freeze water, and like when you take that away from it, how powerful is it really?
C.
So like, what I'm saying is, I probably wouldn't go any higher than B. Yeah, C.
Yeah, because comparing it to Grateful Dead and Little Feat kind of fits in. Talking Head, F. I'm surprised Narancia never tried just saying the opposite of what he wants to say. And
wait, I would be more surprised that Bruno didn't just lick Narancia.
I never thought of that. That is the first time I've heard that.
Okay, well, if you watched Araki Forgot, you would have known that.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, I think this is like a really dumb ability.
F. Like, that's the thing that always gets me about Part 5. Like, I think of all the terrifying, amazing stand abilities, and if we're thinking, like, Diavolo's Royal Guard, like, his most trusted and powerful stand users, here's Talking Head. Tiziano, I think it's more so Tiziano's just a great user.
I mean, Tiziano's, like, probably one of the strongest people on the Royal Guard, and yet he has such a bad ability.
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Alright, let's not put this in F tier. Let's think about this. Let's say you wanted to die.
Edgy 14-year-old mode engaged.
Haha, funny. I say this belongs in S tier because with a well-placed use of it, this thing's a nuke. You could destroy literally, like, I'm surprised during the Made in Heaven, when, you know, he was infinitely accelerating everything, Notorious B.I.G. didn't come out of nowhere and just latch onto him. That would have been, I would have laughed if that happened. Like, he was like, it's too late, JoJolion. I've accelerated. I'm infinitely fast. And then you just hear like,
you see Giorno just drop it off while he's on his way to Disney World, just like peace out.
Yeah, like S tier.
Oh, they never actually defeated it, so you're getting no complaints here.
This, I know it requires the user dying, but like think of the KD ratio, period.
Not as high as someone who dies infinitely.
Spice Girl
Spicy lady
is something I am thinking like D.
Okay, there's no way this is like a D tier. Alright, because you look at the ability's simple, but it's like very versatile. Also, the stand is like super powerful.
Yeah, that is. Oh, and now that I think about it, it makes things harder to break. Alright, I'm just
at least C tier.
Let me just run a quick comparison. Yeah, now look at the C. Now I look at them. It makes things indestructible, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. So how do you feel about Metallica?
Metallica is A. Metallica is terrifying. Metallica almost defeated King Crimson.
Almost, but you can never really beat Best Boy Doppio.
Aerosmith is what defeated this stand.
Alright, so you're gonna love this one. It's the Natural Resource Worker stand. So like the little electricity, whatever.
What is this, Ride the Lightning?
If you want to call it that.
We only saw him. How the hell are we supposed to rank this?
I mean, the same way as Nijimura's dad. Just throw it in F.
Yeah, put an F because, only used for 1 millisecond.
Would you like a nice cup of green tea?
Green Day, which is airing right now.
Oh my god, we're so close to the 7-page Muda.
We're recording this before the 7-page Muda, and I am so excited to see that animated.
I'll try my best to have this out the day of the 7-page Muda.
Also, and if you're watching this on the day of...
Dude, I'm gonna meme it so hard.
If you're watching this on the day of 7-page Muda, go subscribe to my boy River Dude Covers, because we're gonna be recording our redo dub.
No, I saw his post about it. That's gonna be sick.
Did you know I voiced Chocolata in that?
Yeah, I was assuming so.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Chocolata. I talk like these. That is not how we do it.
Oh god, please no.
Yeah, so again, this thing is like a nuke. You place this in a well-placed area, and you just ruin everything.
Watch everyone fall into despair like Monokuma.
And if we're going back to Part 3 stands, it's also kind of exponential. Like, you start with a small, one person dying, and then boom, 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 boom.
Well, here's the thing. It works off of, cordyceps, which is kind of that concept from The Last of Us.
I've never played The Last of Us. I've been meaning to.
Great game. Definitely play it. But here's the thing, right? We gotta consider, would it beat Ultimate Cars? It's kind of like a King Crimson situation where, yes, if you have the right setup...
Yeah.
It probably comes the closest out of all the ones in A tier.
Yeah, I would say A because the mold is terrifying, but if you do not meet those preconditions, it's kind of pointless, so B.
Yeah, I'm probably fine with B.
Oasis is the...
Dude, have you ever watched One Piece?
I watched 22 episodes.
Okay, well, there's this character, right? And he has the exact same ability. He just swims in, like, ground. His name is Senior Pink, and I think it's very fitting because Secco's basically Senior Pink guy.
I'll be honest. Oasis fight is probably the only fight in JoJo where I read it and I went like, fuck it, I'll just wait for it to be animated.
How dare you?
I was just confused. I think I was just like, I was right off the hype.
So, I mean, when I read it, right, I thought the stuff with Chocolata was, like, way more interesting, but I hope the anime makes it a little more watchable.
If I'm assuming this is how you could use the ability, you can make someone sink into the ground, then go away, and then make it solidify, insta-kill. So therefore, high placement.
I would say it's probably a B tier because like he uses the elasticity of the ground to like keep punching things, but there are workarounds, right?
God, and if we're talking about, because again it's being animated, so we're gonna have an extra thought on this, but his voice actor is doing a great job.
Oh, absolutely fantastic.
Making him sound like an animal.
So when I did my ranking every Joe Doggos, I had to give Secco a shout out because he could catch those sugar cubes, you know.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Who do you want to treat? So I recently reread Silver Chariot Requiem because I didn't believe something. Because someone said, like, yeah, it pulls souls from other dimensions eventually. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. I don't remember that.
Was that Medi?
It does. It does do that. Which is terrifying.
Think of it this way, like, right? Even without that ability, it could take Kars' soul out of his own body. So I think like, that's the most terrifying part.
I get Freaky Friday is like kind of like once you figure out Freaky Friday, like okay. Oh, also you can't attack it.
Well, I think the only way to sustain damage was if you like targeted the shadow.
I don't know what happened to me when I was reading Oasis and Silver Cherry Requiem. I guess I was just waiting to get to the end. I was just going reading fast. I gotta reread these or just wait for them to get animated, I guess.
Yeah, you should just wait for it to get animated. It's right there.
Yeah.
But you want to know the real reason it's S tier. It's the Rule 63 stand, since it swapped Mista and Trish.
Shut up.
You know that.
Yes, put in.
I can't think of a better ability. Hey, speaking of Requiems,
we all know.
I think we all know that this is an F tier. I mean, what other stand has 0 for all of its stats?
Don't. That one actually people will get mad at you for.
But stand stats are a flawless metric.
Like,
fine, I suppose it'd be an S.
It's kind of undoubtedly what people point to as the strongest stand JoJo, unless of course it's green grass of home. But then again, we'll get to it.
Of course.
All right, Rolling Stones is weird. You can't protect yourself.
So I guess you have like
I'd say E.
Confirmed kills later, but yeah, it's an E tier.
Even actually, I'd say F. Actually, you can't control you didn't even control it.
That's right.
You don't. Yeah, it's F. And what if like your best friend showed up in it?
Well, you just basically killed your best friend then.
All right, Dolly Dagger reflects 70% of damage. I voiced Dolly Dagger in River Dudes. I voiced
Purple Haze Feedback audiobook.
Yeah, did I mention my voice actor? Hey fellas, hit me up. My name's Schroeder.
Okay, you know that I love damage reflection, right?
70%.
But I can't get over that 70%. It's just so bad.
So Kraftwerk went up against it. Kraftwerk attacked him. 70% of Kraftwerk's ability was reflected, which means his heart was 30% stopped.
But he still took that damage.
So B, C?
I put it in C.
Yeah, because you have to let yourself get attacked.
So since we live in a world where people haven't read Purple Haze Feedback, these are the stands in that light novel or whatever, and Araki actually drew them himself.
Okay, what's next? Voodoo. And forgive me, audience, even though I'm voicing in it, for some reason, I just never got around to reading all of it. I know this next one's Voodoo Child, and I know it's weird.
This is not Voodoo Child. This is Voodoo Child.
That's not Voodoo Child?
This one's Manic Depression.
No. Manic Depression! Manic Depression makes you lose all free will, right?
So, the thing I love about Purple Haze Feedback in general, it just answers so many questions, like how Manic Depression was behind the whole drug cartel.
Yeah.
I mean, this narcotics team is just so perfect. And do you think it wouldn't beat Ultimate Cars, but it could get a person up to the level of a vampire without being like weak to sunlight? So I think that's easily like an A tier ability.
Put it wherever you want.
Oh, I mean, there's no question about it. This is definitely going into A tier. So like, yeah.
I believe you. Am I still recording? Please don't tell me. Okay, I'm still recording. Thank God.
God, no. I wouldn't want to redo this entire thing.
I would have fallen asleep.
almost halfway there. I think maybe we still got 3 parts to go.
I don't know what it does.
So Nightbird Flying is a semi-automatic stand that sort of can track people and then give them a drug addiction.
Does it make people? Yeah. No, I'm remembering it now. It's also pretty good range.
Good range, but it's still just like a bird, so...
Put it with Dolly Dagger.
Yeah, I'll put it next to Dolly Dagger.
Is the next one All Along the Watchtower? Because I know what that one does.
It is. It definitely is.
Which is the only example of just... At first, when I was reading through Purple Haze Feedback just so I can figure out my lines, I thought like its ability just changed on the fly. But then I'm like, River Dude filled me in. He's like, no, the user just lied about what his ability does. And I'm like, why don't more people do that?
I mean, that just makes too much sense. I mean, I don't know. Ask Araki. We'll call him up for you.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, it tells the future. Ooh. No, it's basically just a long-range deck of cards.
I love the thing that like all the damage he takes is like 1/53rd of what he actually should take.
Yeah.
That's basically the reason he won against Dolly Dagger. He was just taking less damage.
I don't know. It's a deck of playing cards that moves on its own. D. Yeah, D. I'd say D. I love the song. I love Jimi Hendrix.
But they have a musical number.
Yeah, shut up! It's D. This isn't. I'm not letting you turn this into another Pearl Jam, which still belongs in F with Cinderella.
Whoa, slow down, Maurice. You made the case for Cinderella not to be an F. That wasn't me.
I'm putting Cinderella next to Pearl Jam. You can choose where they go, and you chose E.
There's no way Cinderella is any higher than E.
I don't know what Voodoo Child does.
Basically, wherever it punches, it'll like create lips that will tell whatever it punches, like the inner thoughts of like
that's stupid.
Someone. Yeah.
Yeah, put it with All Along the Watchtower.
I mean, the only difference is Voodoo Child actually has like power behind it.
And the next one is Rainy Days Dream Away.
Yes, it is.
Rainy Day Dream Away. I got nothing good or bad to say about this one.
They said that this stand could defeat the boss. So the ability is to lock a sensation of someone. So explicitly, it's used in Purple Haze Feedback to lock Fugo into the sense of falling. So every time he tilts one way or another, he begins to fall.
But, like, it's just the sensation of it. That's the problem.
So you can overcome it, but Fugo's, like, actually falling when it's happening. So he's leaning one way or the other.
So I'd say C. I'd say, like, it's definitely like an Echozac 2 where it can, like, mess with someone, but, like, once you...
I'd like to put it a little higher than C, but, like, maybe no higher than B.
Put it B. Alright, put it B.
All you have to do is think of all the terrible sensations you can lock a person into.
Also, I want to say this, I think David Productions kind of hard deconfirmed Purple Haze Feedback because All Along the Watchtower and its user, they're the ones who supplied Risotto with the restored photo.
Oh, I know.
In the anime...
Yeah, it's just some rando instead.
It's some random dude, so kind of hard to deconfirm. Okay, fine. Part 5 done. Thank God.
So before we go on to part 6, we should probably take a look at where we're at so far.
We know God damn it. It's almost midnight, dude. Dude, people aren't gonna be watching this far if we keep going back. Unless
we split it up into, like, I don't know, 6 parts.
Actually, I have one thing to say. In E, you have this stand called Pearl Jam in E tier.
Yeah, you should probably ignore that.
Just put it in F, dude.
No! Daga Kotowaru.
You have to cook a 5-star meal to use it. Do you know how long that...
I mean, what kind of Italian would I be if I couldn't just cook a 5-star meal, like, right now? Just drop the whole tier list.
Someone runs into you, holds a gun up to your forehead. How does Pearl Jam protect you?
Pearl Jam would convince this guy that the food was so good, like I could make a mean, like, pizza mozzarella, and he would just, like, drop his gun out of, like, sheer joy of delicious food.
That's not how the ability works. The ability just exemplifies what's already great. Oh, whatever. Just fine. Stone free.